Tessa is asking, I'm co-parenting with my ex-partner, whom I believe has a narcissistic way of being and relating. I'm looking to create as much collaboration and shared reality as is healthy. I often hear advice that the only way to co-parent with a narc is parallel parenting. Is this true? Sometimes he seems to have more capacity for health. I'm wondering if you can help me figure out how to assess how much parenting partnership is healthy versus harmful in given situations or topics. Okay, where shall we start?
I guess my concerns are he's likely going to be starting having overnights with my son.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm worried because I've seen, like, when we were together, I saw a pretty high degree of neglect of, he has 3 other children from another relationship. And I know his capacity for health really fluctuates. So sometimes I can say, would you please share what my son ate? I would prefer if he didn't maybe eat these foods for health reasons and whatever. And he, at least on the surface, looks like he's complying.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really verify that, but at least it looks like there is an antagonism.
Mm-hmm.
And then other times he's become really antagonistic. Like the post-separation abuse was quite terrifying, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in court now.
Mm-hmm.
And having the legal system, like there's sort of other eyes on him because of that. And there's supportive lawyers to keep things sort of in check
Mm-hmm.
on a basic level anyway. But I would like there to be more health for my family and for my son, of course. And I'm not sure how to read, like, where he is where it does look like there might be cooperation. Part of me really wants to build on that. And the other part of me is saying, like, there's a lot of deception here. I don't know. I really need to just keep things safe for me and my son. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think I've got it. How old is your son?
He's 3.5.
Okay. You've got a long path ahead of you.
Yes.
Okay. I'll throw out some thoughts and then you let me know which direction you want to go from there. One of the first things that I would say is I would get myself very grounded in this reality. It doesn't matter how you show up. You cannot control what your ex-husband does or doesn't do. There's no way to control it. So one of the things for your own mental health is to make peace with, as much as you are able, the fact that he's going to do what he wants to do, whether he's narcissistic or not. So he's going to do what he wants to do. And then if we think about narcissism as existing on a continuum, not as a discrete category, knowing that we all have degrees of, and there's such a thing as like healthy narcissism, which is like just healthy self-advocacy, wanting to individuate from other people and advocating for ourselves. And then as we go further down that continuum into less and less sort of interdependent ways of being, that defense becomes very, very self-involved and self-absorbed and self-centered. And there are all kinds of very predictable dynamics that we see when somebody moves far down that continuum. And if you're dealing with somebody who's further down that continuum, it's worth learning that literature to help yourself not feel so crazy about what is motivating somebody who is really deeply entrenched in a narcissistic defense. And if you think that he is, we can spend some time talking about what some of that might be. But it sounds from your question like you're also trying to decide, you're still trying to discern a little bit of what is possible. And it sounds like you're wanting to go to bat for as much cooperation and togetherness and collaboration as might be possible to create. And you're not sure yet how much that's going to be. Is that true, or am I misperceiving that?
Yes, that's right.
So your question a little bit, it sounds like, is how do I discern what's possible moving forward? And that one is kind of easy. You get really grounded in who and how you want to be. You are, it sounds like, capable of healthy co-parenting. So you bring an inviting, revealed, this is what I would like. What do you think? Here's some agreements I would like us to make for the well-being of our son. What do you think? And you watch and see what he does with that. Now, just skillful humans, let's assume he's not narcissistic. And we just talk about garden variety neurotic humans for a moment. Normal humans, garden variety humans, don't like to be told what to do. Mm-hmm. So the more that we can frame things up as possibilities and suggestions, the more that we can bring something to other people that says something like, I've been reading XYZ, I'm learning such and such about health. I wonder if you'd be interested in learning that. I'm thinking what would be really good for our son is this kind of breakfast or this kind of lunch. How do you feel about that? Is that in alignment with what you would want to be doing in your house or not? Most co-parenting people are going to be able to have that conversation. It's not going to devolve into a power struggle. When both parents are interested in co-parenting, it isn't so much a power struggle. They can navigate. Listen, I know that you might want to do that in your house. In my house, I'm going to do it like this. I hope that's okay. You don't have to be all the same on everything. If something is going wrong, if the child was sick and didn't go to school, a healthy parent co-parenting relationship, one parent can call the other one and say, hey, catch me up on what happened. I heard you kept so-and-so home, or I need a little more information. And the other parent is easily giving non-defensive information. Oh yeah, thanks for checking in. I meant to call you. Here's what's going on. To the degree that you have those kinds of interactions, it's really just about knowing what you want, being really clear about what it is that you're requesting, and being equally open to a yes or a no, and being able to negotiate where there's going to be as much alignment as possible, and then making peace with different households are going to have different ways of doing things. They don't have to be exactly the same, and sort of rolling with that. But if that's not what is happening, if every time you have a request, it becomes a power struggle, then we've got some red flags going on. And now what we might be doing is managing someone, not co-parenting with someone.